Hi, buddy. Welcome back. All right. There we go. Okay, so it looks like it did not end the turn again, as usual. Yeah, because this doesn't have the decay. Oh, let me. Oh, I looked at this last time. I don't know if I could look in battle or not. Oh, I can just look at the public order though, right? Yeah, difficulty level -8, public order. Okay, so it's legendary. Alright, so we've hired everything we could hire. Make sure we did everything with the buildings, because I'm not sure what it saved or didn't. We should be on growth. And okay, yes, we're selling this, buying this. And we're probably going to have to do another plague, and then we'll hire a basic military building here and a timber building. I think is what we want to do. So we want to go ahead and start basic. I mean, that would save us. Is it worth an extra turn to save 20 infections? Possibly, because this is, I mean, and this, so that's 30 infections. I guess we just wait. So, like, if I get rid of this now, I could go ahead and start building this. Well, that's, I guess we're not hurting in a huge way for this, because that would actually be waiting even longer if we're waiting for this discount. We're going to have to wait 5 turns. And then it's going to be 4 turns to build that out. But we do need a lot of infections here. I mean, let's be real. We're going to have to probably do another plague. So I forgot we had that quest. You get 4 dominance if we get him to aligned. So that's going to take us up to 10 if we win another fight. Or do a plague. That'll take us to 11. And so we could buy one more guy. And then we can at least, I think, get that guy's dude. So this requires Premier Warriors. Yeah, so we can hire that. So that's 8. And then if this guy is 3 or less, we could get him as well. So that would be extremely good. And I feel very confident we could beat the dwarves if that's the case. Other option is this guy. Now, a problem with this dude is we're not going to be raising settlements ever, so it's going to be hard to level him up. We'd have to specifically go for Cathay. So he's going to be very difficult to level up. This guy, we're not fighting elves either, but we are researching techs, so I mean, his leveling up is going to be pretty slow. Now this is beating Chaos Dwarves or raiding. So that's another guy who could be okay. He's actually probably the best fighter, and he has some good auras that he can give people. Purchasing chieftain units. So we can only do this once. Purchase these units once. Vampire Coast and Tomb Kings. So that one's going to be tough to level. And looting settlements. So occupy and loot, I guess, but his units and everything is just not amazing. So I think it's probably just this guy, even though we're not beating a lot of elves. We could maybe, there are dark elves in Cathay. We could go over there and beat them up. If we're fighting Cathay anyways, I don't know, we're not going to raise, but we'd be fighting Cathay. I still think this guy, just right now, just so I can beat the dwarves up. this guy to be pretty good at it too. Okay, we're about to... How many... Do we have to level all of these people up? What's the short-term victory? Oh, we have to kill Grimgore anyways. Oh, I didn't think about that. And we have to kill Goldtooth. Okay, so they want us to go south. Why are we not able to occupy mountains then if they're requiring us to basically go south to beat these guys? Okay. So we do have to go south. We are going to be fighting ogres then. Oh, you only have to do 3 chieftain battles. And you have to have Nuln. Okay, so we got to work our way over to Nuln too. Well, I probably should have read the victory conditions first then. But these guys are unstable. They probably would have fought us anyways. We can run by these guys if we really want to. I think these dudes are relatively weak. Okay. Let's go ahead and... let's go to the next thing. But yeah, I looked up the Chaos Dwarves. This guy, I think, is the weakest fighter of the 3 Chaos Dwarves. He has 1, like, rocket battery thing that's pretty good. But he doesn't have, like, a lot of large beasts or anything. And I believe the Chaos Dwarves are pretty underpowered in the early game, from what I'm remembering. Okay, so it played out basically the same way. Oh no, it didn't spread. The plague did not spread. Man, that is annoying. That it doesn't save at the start of a new turn. Like, what the flip? I was like, well, if it's just kind of predetermined that the same events are going to happen in the same way, but it's basically forcing you to, like, not even save scum, because that was a negative outcome. We didn't get the plague spread. So obviously not a huge deal here, but man, what if, like, they had moved there, and then all of a sudden they didn't move there? That's going to lead to some frustration down the line. I see that. I can foresee that. Okay. Alright, and we're just going to occupy it this time, I think. And I'm not trying to, like, just farm this, but I just wanted more healing, because I thought if I got trapped here and they send, like, 2 armies at me, that's going to be bad. Okay, I want the replenishment plague here. Recruitment cost, melee defense, and melee attack. Or 12% weapon strength. I think weapon strength. I'm trying to think. 6/6. Maybe we go for more balance. Alright, let's just do the balance. Got everything assigned here. Yeah. Okay. And then... kind of wondering, should I go ahead and throw the plague out or not? I guess I'll just hold on to this plague. Okay, now we can do another one where we start with these symptoms. I don't know if this resets every time too. So like I can do this plague, but then I want to do 10% weapon strength. So just like this, melee this and this. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, so that's one turn on that. We're an upgrade. Still hanging on to these. Minus 50% recruitment cost is pretty good. Plague spreading, 15%. And 10 control. Okay, so it's already basically maxed. So they want you... I mean, I guess that's okay. I mean, a really nice thing about Nurgle is usually, historically, that you're super mobile. Ooh, actually, I'm about to complete a tech. So maybe I just go ahead and replace this plague. And then I can bring in the other guy. So I am clipping by one turn. Other options, I mean, Vanguard could be good. Fleshy, and then upkeep. There aren't that many good ones for, like, towns. You have the growth, obviously, but... like, I mean, getting 100 growth, I mean, is nice. Yeah, I think it's still just... I don't think I'm going to need it for that long, probably, to find them and fight them. Hopefully they're not sitting 20 stack in their capital. They might. Okay, he's aligned. Oh, and he gets extra ward save. Oh, Tamurkhan gets buffs too. I didn't realize that. Is that with each champion? Is and by gen? Okay. Wait, does he already have that? Oh no, it's issuing that. Okay, so again, I did this a little bit early. Increase to aligned, granting access to new chieftain abilities. Okay. Okay, so we do have to go south and fight Grimgor's Art Boys, but I guess we take this dude out first, or try to. Four. Okay, so it looks like it probably doubles every time. It's still likely worth it. 4 for that guy. I don't know. It's just going to give us 1 every time we complete a tech. Is that right? Who are the ones that it's like beat greenskins? This guy? I really want better units than that. I mean, raiding I can do almost every turn. It'll slow me down a little bit, but raising is not happening, and we're probably not beating these guys in battle. High elves, dark elves, what else? I mean, we're just not going to be fighting a lot of them. I would need to level him up at some point. I'm just trying to think, where would I even run into them? Like, there's some dark elves in Cathay, which is way out of the way if my short-term victory is running through ogres and greenskins. Does this guy have ogres? Okay, I mean, he's raiding and he's ogres, which are going to have to fight. Probably not going to be fighting beastmen. Chaos dwarves we're fighting right now. Allows him stalking stance, which I think is, I'm assuming, ambush. Basically, attack and ambush. Pretty good units. Large beasts, anti-large. I mean, the low armor is a little sus, but still, like, they're pretty good. And they're very fast, so you could just have them just run down and just go, like, kill artillery or something, too. I think he probably makes... I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, obviously I wanted this guy, but I'm just not going to be able to get any stuff out of battles to level him up. Okay, I guess I go for this guy, because I know that we have to go for ogres. The greenskin option is this dude, who is not great. Now, looting settlements is also, like, potentially pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll go with him. So we have 11 right now. So we're going to go with this guy. 10-20 fealty for that. Wow, that's way higher than this dude. Is it just like your second one is higher, period, no matter which one you choose? It's like this guy, if I did want to do him, though, I would want to get him early so I can finish those techs. But yeah, man, if it's like 10-20, I'm not going to finish 20 techs. Or it's going to take a while. Either way, we've already bought this guy, so that's what we're going to do. And I stand by that. I think that's fine. But I also want to grab this for 4. Werekin served. The tight bonds among a pack of Werekin are severed only in death, leaving scars that never truly heal. Such are the wounds of Mornhal, a ferocious and tragic figure among his tribe, who after the brutal slaughter of his kin, now lets his grief echo through the night, with much more of his tribe devoured by a giant jabberslides named Skrael's Bane, driven to madness and tainted by the winds of magic. Mornhal alone leads the survivors to their quest for vengeance. With only violent retribution in his heart, his powerful form stalks the land, vowing never to rest until the blood of his pack has been avenged. Okay. Okay, so he gets stalk and ambush chance. Favorite son of Nurgle is increased. Oh, what did I... Oh, now I get this. Bringer of Desolation. 30, it's a bombardment spell. Okay, nice. %. Okay. And then our homie here. Oh, he comes in at level 7. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I know we haven't had a fight yet, and it's like however long, 20 minutes in, but we'll get a good fight here. Okay, so we have to choose. We want to do Victorious Assault, Charge Bonus, and Melee Attack. Melee Attack. "23 armor and missile resist." 10% missile resist is nice. But 23 armor is only like 15% damage reduction. "40% charge bonus is pretty nuts. I mean, we're already going to be just deleting people anyways. I think we go for this. I mean, the extra armor is cool and everything, but yeah, I think I'm going for this. We've already got training from somebody else, so we don't need that yet. Eventually, if we break this guy off and put him in a different army, we could keep that in mind. Okay, so he's only 58-44, which is not insane. He does have heavy piercing. His anti-large is 32, though. So he's got like 90 against large units. He doesn't get a mount or anything. But I would say he's pretty good. And you get an extra 10. Yeah, let's just do Vicious Assault. Diplomatic relations with Norska. Oh, nice. Okay, so extra weapon damage and armor for a lot of the units that we get. So that's a nice buff. We're going to probably have a lot of those. Melee attack and charge bonus. Okay, so he'd be nice to put with the Famir guy, too, because of that. And then vigor loss reduction. Okay, it's legit. And then I think we just buff up his melee attack, or melee defense. Because he's probably going to be charging a lot, and so he's already going to do a ton of damage. And -5 enemy leadership. That's good. We've got a lot of leadership debuffs. Okay. So, yeah, I did that primarily for the tech guy. Make sure it's not stacking these. 25%. Is it stacking them? If it is stacking them, then I need to put more in, but 20%. Maybe it is stacking them. By an additional 10%. Okay, so maybe I should have put more points in that if they stack. I don't think they do, but we could test it out. I think 1 point to test it's probably not that bad. Okay, and then here. Okay, now I feel a lot more confident. Tusk's Sons are liking what we're doing over here. We do still have to take on the Ard Boys, and they're getting pretty strong now. Probably would have been better to take them out before they get stronger, but we do have Lightning Strike for them if they do get a wall. Okay, and then here, you know, Infections is probably fine. I do have a lot of gold right now. So we've got 1 growth, we need 2. Alright. There's a 20 stack, but it's not the Lord, the Legendary Lord. Those are pretty garbage compared to what we have. Oh, we do have these two.
I am Lord of Hosts and demand more. Son of the sickly winds.
He's raising and dwarves, chaos dwarves, right? Okay. Alright, let's do it. We've got a pretty good combat plague. Hopefully other dude's not here too. We could lightning strike if he is. Okay. Yeah, I think we can handle that. So they're getting like minus 20 leadership. Just off his little debuffs that he has. I mean, those guys, how much, what's the leadership on the laborers, man? They're just going to run on the spot. Just walk. Oh, that's not even including fear. So fear is like 10. I think leadership, terror, he causes terror now, which has a chance to make him flee anyways, but I don't remember exactly what the leadership modifier is for terror. But it's somewhere in the neighborhood of like all this stuff with no spells or anything is probably like negative 40 leadership. Those laborers probably have 40. Now, it is legendary or very hard or whatever, so they're gonna have bonuses to leadership, but it's not gonna be a ton. Now, it actually takes a long time to break these side doors, so I think we're just gonna keep these dudes here this time. And just let the ogres tear up the walls. He also has wall breaking, I think, but I want him in combat. We can have these ogres tear up the walls. This guy does not specifically have siege attacker, but
Warriors of Nurgle, urged to defile. We love the sick.
okay, I gotta remember to use their abilities though. Better have them on different keys. That's gonna be hard with a lot of different heroes and different abilities. It's like first world problems, but still. Okay, I think I want the ogres in there too.
Sure thing. Gush out, boys. Tamurkhan.
Okay, I think this is fine. Oh, this dude's siege attacker too. Get him up there. they're already up on it. Nice. He is anti-infantry, though. You gotta remember that. So he's 32 infantry, not... Oh my god, he's got 94 melee attack right now? It's because he charged, right? Or is that permanent? How does he have that much permanently? We probably don't even need to bring the Nurglings in. We probably just bring in Warriors of Chaos. It's going to be a pretty tight choke. Oops, okay. These little dudes are firing. Dude, we're just going to obliterate this dwarf. Let's just break these off and call... Well, get these little weak ones and call them like 6 and just break them off. And just send in the big boys. I don't know about bringing this thing in there, but I guess I will. And then these... Alright, boys, just get in here. Come on, just... Whatever, just clump up. Just get in and do something. I mean, this is just a freaking massacre. Alright, let's get up in here. Get him, I guess. Go get that dude. Alright, we got dude. Alright, go run all of them down, and then I guess the rest of us can just come over this way. I don't know how they're not, like, already just running. Like, I've already killed their lord. These things have, like, no chance. Oh, is that another hero or something? Okay. Let's take care of that. Okay, it's not doing that much damage. From what I remember. Where's that lord, or whatever he is? They already run? Maybe that's just a garrison or something. Yeah, I just gotta make sure I don't lose too much track of people. Alright, I said I wasn't gonna bring these suits in, but guess I am. Make sure, okay, these things are kind of rallying back. Okay, we're not going through all those barricades and crap. Yeah, these things are gonna have like 5 million kills. Alright, where's the town center? Right here. Actually, what are... Oh, this took out the barricade. Okay, yeah, we can go this way then. I think they're all running, yeah. I mean, how much leadership do they even have? 46 still. Army losses, minus 120. Friends routing or dead. Difficult. Okay, so they get plus 8 for legendary. Okay, inspired ability is probably this thing. Well, I don't know why they were saying they were going to be close. I mean, it might just be they have 3 armies of that. And they just think that that is equal to one of my armies. It is not. I just wonder, like, with fealty, do I physically have to do that with my guy? With Tamurkhan? Or can anyone on my team do that? So do I have to actually go over and kill the elves myself? Or physically raid with Tamurkhan? So could I hire a side lord and just tell him to raid every turn some property? I mean, that does feel a little gamey. But I assume you have to do it probably with Tamurkhan, or at least with the army that that hero is in. But I don't know. +8 leadership. Maybe the Nurglings? They're one of the only units that I think I could actually lose. So, I mean, I don't necessarily super need them, but... Oh, God, that's a juicy sack. But I don't... I'm pretty sure I do not have the movement. And if I get a building... It's not going to give me an infections building. But if I can... Or if I get a tier 2... I guess I'll just occupy it. If I had more movement speed, I'd probably sack and then occupy. But let's see. Nice. Well, I got nothing, so I lose. But I don't know if I could sack and occupy. You do have to repair the building, or at least it's good to repair the building somewhat. How's my money looking? Could also just get the growth. That does spread corruption too. So maybe I need to go for growth buildings until I get enough. I think we're okay enough money-wise where I can go for growth here. Buff all of these up to tier 2. And then just throw growth and growth and money on all of them at tier 2. Or infections and money. How much is the marble? It's just 10%, right? Is that even worth? I mean, I'd have to spend 7,500 gold for it to even, like, pay for itself for the 750. I mean, it does save infections, which is cool, but that's a lot. I would have to, like, really want to develop the property. And I'm losing gold every turn, too. Right, because I could have a money building there instead. Alright, let's... No other resources that matter. I guess just the challenge stone, because that's got the garrison, better garrison. Now, I've got a pretty strong army right now. Kind of wondering, would a growth building be worth it here? 25 more growth. So I do want both of these up to tier 3. So maybe I just go for growth. Okay, I kind of like that, because I do have a decent chunk of money now. And I don't need the... like, I've got a good army now, with Regiments of Renown and all this stuff. Okay, I think I want that. For sure. Yeah. Oh, we get one more, too. When do I get this? 15. These are not amazing. Like, that's pretty good. And Heroic Killing Blow is pretty nice, too, I guess. This, though, the 25% upkeep and Vigor Loss is crazy. So, like, we gotta get that. That's way more than 8% here. Okay, so we'll go with this. And then this dude... Terror for Cav. That's pretty good. Ultimate Riders. Okay, that's just when you're riding with the homies. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a lot of charge bonus. Twisted by Nurgle. Okay, so that's level 12. Heroic Killing Blow is something that we want to get to. I mean, more balance is good, but this for fighting enemy lords is very nice. I mean, 3 armor is not going to do a lot. I guess we'll just get a little bit more melee attack. Because I do want Heroic Killing Blow. For fighting lords. Okay, we've got all this. Hard to hit. This guy. Punishment is good. We are already healthy, though. Children of Nurgle heals everybody for like 1% every time you cast a spell. That's very good. And then I guess just... I don't know about this Curse of the Leper. That might have been a bad point, but... I thought the dwarves might be harder. I mean, maybe the main guy is harder. But... I think we do want the Stream of Corruption. And potentially the discount on it. Okay, and we have all of our items equipped. I think, okay. Yeah, we're looking strong AF right now. I'll hold on to this guy. At least until next turn. What's his special thing, Cloud of Flies? -5 melee attack. Okay, that's legit. And then dude got a point off of that, right? Yes. Okay. Alright. I think we're good on the techs. We're going for Despicable Rivals. Norska and Beastman. Yeah. The diplomacy just do not care that much about that right now. Okay. And then I might actually go for... I don't know. We'll think about it. I was thinking I might actually go for the military stuff earlier. But what's the bonus on these if I have a lot of growth? Plague spreading chance. Okay. So still not worth upgrading, I don't think. Do I want to sell this and then get another growth building just so I can turbo them up? I think I do. I think that is the play early on, is get the growth until you get your Nurgle corruption up super high to get the public order under control, which is also a lot more growth. Because the money's good now. I think doing it this way was still fine for like the money. I'm kind of wondering if I should do that here. We are almost full on the corruption part, but would the growth be worth? Maybe I'll do it one of these and switch it over to growth. So we still do have quite a bit of money. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just growth out. So that's gonna drop 600 gold a turn. But getting these upgraded, getting all of these upgraded, then throwing back on the money plus the infections is probably the play. I guess we keep this one because this is gonna give me a chance to get growth again in a second. But we can always resell it. So we are losing some money in the short term by doing that, but we're accelerating getting to tier 2 so we get more infections. And we ultimately will get more money in the long run because we are getting the tier 2 money building. What is Iron Storm? Okay. Alright. Get that corruption going. Income from buildings. I wonder if that includes infections or not. Guess we're about to find out. Okay. So yeah, we're just accelerating the hell out of that growth. I mean, is it worth stopping and... it's going to require like 5 turns to get the plus 15 growth. I don't know if I would go that far. I don't think I want to stop upgrading these things first. And we're not doing a lot of plagues, to be fair, yet. We just don't have the stuff. So maybe this is like better for later in the game. Despicable Rivals is still good. But maybe getting like the cycle time on military stuff is better early. I mean, there is something to be said. We're already kind of crushing people, but like getting this 10 cav, especially now that we're getting like 40% charge bonus, could be worth. It's only 3 turns, but I kind of want to save these quick little techs too for the dude if we do get him, the Famir. We've got 1 turn left on this, and not a lot, but we can raid. How much is raiding stance? I can't tell if that's 50% or not, but go ahead and grab this just to be safe. Kind of feeling like a little bit of overkill, like we're gonna slaughter anything that we come across, and I kind of want to save some of that. Okay, so it does take 50%. So what do we get out of this? Just money? Okay, so we don't get infections or anything for it. But we do get points, I think, for homie. So that's good. Now we're not going to be advancing him unless we make more plagues. Unless we kill... Chaos Corn, Slanesh, and Zinch in battles. Okay, and then I guess once we do 13, we just do a battle, and we get the super devoted. That's kind of cool. Okay, so working on... let's see here, we got all these, right, that matter. Just cranking everywhere. Keeping some infections. Alright. Three turns on that. This... it's kind of lame that doesn't give growth anymore, but... I mean, should we try to get all of the capitals to tier 3 and then just throw down the advanced building? I definitely want it in the place where the we have wood. $2062, that's such a random number. Does that have some kind of lore significance? A cult has manifested itself at Shattered Stone. Huh. Okay. pretty sweet. Does that allow us to start? Damn, they're getting smoked still? Grimgore's our boys, kind of like what we have going on. It's so strange. Why do we care what the Greenskins are doing if we're Nurgle? Like, that's like one of your main rivals. I would think it would be like the other, like, who's Nurgle supposed to hate? Slaanesh? I can't remember. I think it's Nurgle hates Slaanesh and Tzeentch hates Khorne. Feels like we should have to go kill, you know, what's his name? But he's like in the High Elf territory. The Slaanesh guy. Okay, what are these plagues? 3 provinces, okay. Five per turn. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's only when they have a lot of growth. I don't know what their growth is in that province. The cults are kind of weird. If there's a lord there, you get 10. And it gets a random... That's so bad, like... I feel like cults should be like spreading corruption, like kind of like what Slaanesh does with it. Like it spreads a lot of corruption and just kind of preps an area for you to take it over. Or like maybe leeches income. But the problem is you run into situations where, and this is the same thing with Skaven, you don't really want to put undercities or cults or whatever and the pirate coves. You don't want to put those in places where you're actually going to occupy, because then you just like lost a lot of money. Like it takes time to pay off. So now Skaven does have options where it gives you like military bonuses against the place if you're there. So, and you can spawn an army there. So the Skaven is a little bit better about it in terms of like making sense strategically. I guess we just go with this. I mean, that place is probably about to die. It's not going to have more than 200 growth, probably. If there's a lord there, I get more, but maybe not. Okay, we'll just go with that. It's kind of the safe option. So it's really not worth it, I don't think, to try to spread cults or do anything. At least not with these guys. So with Slaanesh, it's still, like, pretty good. But... you know, I could be walking into something here, but... oh yeah, we're walking into something. Oh, that's cute. That's a lot of armies you got there. If only there was some way I could split them up. With perhaps a lightning strike. This is why you go lightning strike, guys. Almost always, if you're against factions that are just going to mass up. And I guess that's what Chaos Dwarves are. I mean, it's kind of sad. Is that how they're supposed to be? I always thought they're supposed to be like these like pretty elite metal dwarves with like a lot of technology. And I mean, they do have that, but they also have this sort of like mass up greenskins kind of vibe. Oh, our dude's going to be going wild off of this too. Oh, okay. He's got a mount. I forgot he's the only one that can get a mount. Okay, well, we should still be able to tear that up. So it's like a dragon. It's got melee reflect. That's not going to help against our lords, but that's cute. God, he's only 160 upkeep too. The AI just gets crazy upkeep reduction. But that's what you sign up for. Legendary. He gets a lot of damage resist. I think we'll take him down. This is the only thing I'm worried about right here. But I think we have enough answers. Fast answers that can run over and tear that stuff up. Fortress of Eyes. God, the garrisons are so bad in these Chaos Dwarfs too. The Chaos Dwarf campaign was fun, and I recommend trying to play them, but it is advanced, and they are a lot harder than you would think, I think, to do well on. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of decisions in how you're managing your towns, or maybe I'm just dumb and didn't figure it out fast enough, but there's a lot of choices, how to optimize stuff. They don't have great garrisons. So, anyways, traditional dwarves are almost better. They do have large monsters, though. They do have like some ogre things that are pretty good. These guys don't have them. And they have like these fire elemental things that are pretty good. So they probably have better like monsters, and they have Taurus and stuff like that. It's just like their entry level stuff. You can only get so many of the actual dwarves, and it takes up resources that you could be spending on the monsters. So it's like, are you gonna have trash infantry or like pretty good infantry with no monsters? So right now they have neither. These entry level Chaos Dwarf things should not cost resources. These should be baseline, I think. But maybe that would make them too OP if you could have a really strong baseline dwarves and the monstrous infantry. These blunderbusses are also quite good. But anyways, we'll go in here. Next episode, we should get a lot of slaughtering, a lot of kills here for everybody. So Werewolf's going to like it. This guy's going to be like, whatever. We could throw another Plague on, but that's expensive. I think we'll just have to chill for a second with him. But anyways, that's it. Thank you very much. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you want to help support the channel, consider becoming a member. It's just $5 a month. So it's like a third of 1 hour of minimum wage. If you want to support the channel, 20 cents a day. It's a rounding error for most people, at least in the West. But anyways, I know money's tied out there too. But if you ever do want to support the channel, that's a great way to do it. But anyways, that's it. Thanks. Have a good day, and we'll see you back next time.